through in the uh, during the course of the prologue for the game.
I see you.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
All right, where we left off in the prologue was we had just gotten in the bar brawl with the drunkards, and that.
Nice meeting you.
There we go. Right there, they're laid out on the ground. So, okay, let me try to gather. Wow. I'm just taking in how much better the game looks now on this TV. Alright, game saves. Your game state will automatically be saved when you reach certain milestones in the story. Still, you should save your progress early and often on your own. The world is full of predators, bloodthirsty beasts, bandits, and countless other dangers.
Freak.
Okay, looks like we have a main quest to go ask the Nilfgaardians about Yennefer.
Sunshine upon you.
Oh, there's a wanted poster here on this tree. Let's check it out. Wanted honeycombs will pay top coin. Large quantities welcome. Tomira the herbalist. What's this boy doing out here in the river? That's a little dangerous. Better get on home, boy.
Kings do the fighting. Peasants do the trouble.
Okay. Man, I am trying to get back into the swing of this. Quick access menu. If you have multiple items in your pockets, you can switch between them using R. Use R to change the bolts used with your crossbow.
May the sun shine upon you.
Looks like the L trigger is the one that's doing the switching.
Please, don't hurt me.
There we go. I think that tip should have shown up in the tutorial. Let me check that tip really quick. Yeah, okay, so looks like we have some quests available here in this little hovel over here, and we have to check the notice board for other quests as well. I've done the prologue on my own here, you know, just because I've already put about 11 hours in this game before I decided to stream it. So this area I'm a little familiar with. There's a lot of quests to do here. So well, no, not nowhere near as many as in Velen, but for a prologue, there's quite a bit. And since this is the prologue, I do intend to do most of the quest here. Now where was I? Tutorial? That's right. I thought there was a tutorial section that talks to you about... There we go. Oh, we have a lot of things to read here. There we go. Press L1 to open the quick access menu. Here you can activate signs, range weapons, special items, and bombs. The quick access menu also shows all buffs currently affecting your character. Bear with me here. Hopping back and forth between two different games with two different control schemes is confusing. Stash. You can store weapons, armor, and junk in your stash for safekeeping, confident they will not be stolen or otherwise disappear. You can access your stash in a number of places throughout the world. Items stored in your stash in one location will be available in all other locations as well. Stash locations are always visible on the map. Look for the green stash icon. Movement. I don't know where that tip would have ended up. It should have been in here. I don't even know if I have any crossbow bolts at this point in the game. And I don't think I do. So it may have been a moot point. Alrighty. Let's take a look at these notice boards.
I don't know.
He bumped his head when he went to bed and wet himself in the morning.
What do you say? Who taught you that?
Geralt has learned from experience to keep a close eye on his surroundings as he travels. For he never knows when he'll run into someone or something of interest, a damsel in distress, a merchant peddling rare wares, or a nest of pesky monsters. Such locations are marked on your map with the following icons: notice board, quest giver, merchant, armorer, blacksmith, herbalist, alchemist, place of power, monster nest, armorer's table, and grindstone.
Chetty!
Now listen carefully. You're never to sing that rhyme again. Never. And you're not to play with Chetty no more.
But Chetty's my best mate!
Chetty's a little fool who'll get us all killed. I see you with him again and you'll regret it.
Alright. Let's take a look at this first notice in the top left corner. Crap, I just took it off the board. Alright, let's take a look at the next one over. The Imperial Garrison hereby announces that every week the village's poor may come by to collect food rations. Rations will only be distributed to supplicants able to document proof of their poverty. Cheats will be punished like any other thieves and to the full extent of the law. Provide proof of your poverty? Interesting. I would wonder how one would, what kind of proof would be acceptable in that case. Empty plates of food from the dining table. The new order this Thursday. All peasants living nearby are invited to come listen to Captain Peter Sar Gwynlev speak on the subject of laws soon to be introduced in these lands by writ of our most gracious sovereign, Emir Var Emirates. Attendance is not obligatory, but every resident of White Orchard should partake of this opportunity to learn what rights they will enjoy and duties they will have under the new order. Good folk, you no longer live in a barbarous land where every man does as he sees fit. You are now part of the great empire of Nilfgaard. Nilfgaardian law now protects you, yet it also ascribes you new obligations. Imperial forces have brought you the torch of enlightenment. Grab hold of it, and your dark age shall soon give way to a bright new era. So that's like medieval propaganda for the new political regime that's taken over this area. Looking to borrow a plow. Hey lads, there are any among you who can lend me a plow? Thing is, mine smacked up against a stone in my field so hard it bent halfways, and may a fiend take me if I know how to fix it, or plow my field without it. Roget. Brother missing. Bastian, my brother, went off to fight the Black Ones. I have reason to think he stood in the great battle nearby. He's not returned to this day. Like many others, you'll say, and you'll be in the right. But if he fell, and I know it's like he did, I'd give him up to the ground the least, like our fathers have done always. I'd bury him neath the barrow where our parents lie, not leave his corpse to be ate by the corpsers prowling the battleground. So I seek a man brave, able with the sword, and willing to venture out with me to find Bastian. I won't pay much, for I've not much to give, but I'm not stingy with gratitude and sure to show it aplenty. Any man willing to help, look for a raised hut along the road to White Orchard, just near the bridge. I've made camp there. Dun Wildenvert. Contract Devil by the Well. Good folk, I know there's a war on and every man's got trouble enough of his own, but perhaps there's one of you who could help a father in need. You all surely know the well in the ruined village and the devil that guards it with a jealous fury. And if you don't know, well, come ask and I'll tell you all about it. Whoever drives that monster away from the well will get a fat purse full of gold. Just don't tarry, for it's an urgent matter. Odilon. Points of interest. There is much of interest to be found in the world's dense forest and fog-clad swamps. Whenever you peruse a notice board, question mark markers will appear on your mini-map to indicate potentially interesting places. Seek them out to learn what secrets they hold. So I got an undiscovered location. Brother missing. Let's read that one. Okay, we read these two, so we don't need to. Quest updates. When one of your quests is updated, a notification will appear on the left side of the screen. If you are not currently tracking the updated quest, you can press R3 to start tracking it. Okay. Use L to select world map and press X. Okay. World map. Every important location you have discovered will be marked on your world map. To jump to your current objective, press L3. To scroll the map, use L. Your current objective is marked with a yellow circle encircling a square. Available quests are marked with a yellow exclamation point. Contract, Devil by the Well. Ask Odilon about the contract. Here you can see the objectives of your currently tracked quest. If there are multiple objectives, you can switch between them by pressing R3. World map. Here you can see a mini-map showing an overview of the region. Use R2 to increase, decrease its size. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, that's... I knew you could zoom out with R. Okay, so I think they changed the way filters are handled. I didn't want to do that. Can we remove it? No. I want to. Here's my current position. New quest, missing in action. Find Dune Wildenwert.
Damn deer, stripped the bark off the tree.
Markers. You can place your own markers on the map. To do so, move the cursor to the desired location and press square. To place a special marker, hold square, then use L to select the type of marker you want. Confirm your choice by letting go of square. You can only place one default custom marker at a time, but you can place up to 10 total of the special markers. Red skull, blue inverted triangle, and yellow eye. So that green custom marker I can only place once, but I can place up to 10 total of the special markers. Nice. Okay, there's the current objective that I'm tracking right now. Okay. There's a lot of intricacies in the controls in this game. Witcher senses weapon signs, movement. I don't think... It's not there. HUD, no. Bombs. To throw a bomb, press R1. You can also aim prior to throwing to increase your accuracy. To do this, hold R1 and aim, then release R1 to throw the bomb. Do we have anything new in the character listing? No. Lilac and Gooseberry's White Orchard. Yennefer had contacted Geralt. Finally, they had not seen each other in years, and then she'd sent him a letter smelling of lilac and gooseberries, of course, asking him to meet her in the village of Willoughby about a matter of great importance she had written. So as was his wont, when it came to all things Yennefer, the Witcher raced off at breakneck speed. Alas, he arrived too late. Passing armed armies had razed Willoughby to the ground. Yennefer was nowhere in sight. With the help of Vesemir, whom Geralt had encountered along the way, Geralt picked up her trail, which the two Witchers then followed. Yen had ridden north, traversing wildlands and battlefields at great speed. She was in a hurry. Perhaps she was in trouble. So, missing in action. Find Dune Wildenwert. As it turned out, Geralt was not alone in searching the White Orchard for a lost loved one. The Witcher also found the notice of a peasant who was seeking his brother. The brother had left home to take up arms against Nilfgaard. The forces of the North and the Black Ones had then clashed in a great battle near the brother's home village, and the peasant had not heard from his siblings since. It's unfortunate. Complete your collection of Gwent cards. Collect them all. And we got a Witcher contract. In his previous adventures, Geralt had gained fame as a master dice poker player, yet having mastered all challengers in this area, he had no choice but to find another in which to garner more laurels. He thus decided to take up Gwent, and since he aimed to play at the highest levels, he felt he had to gather a complete collection of all the cards available, including some which could only be had by winning them off the best players around. I can track completed quests. In White Orchard, Geralt happened across a notice posted by a certain Odoline residing in the village. The man wanted someone to take out the monster who was haunting the area around an old well, and doing so requires a professional. This was as typical of Witcher work as they come, so Geralt decided to talk to the man. So I'm going to go ahead and... I'm not going to follow the main quest. I will eventually complete the main quest, obviously, to push the story forward, but I'm going to go with this missing in action. Find Dune Vildenvert.
It's raining, it's pouring, Emperor Mir's snoring. He bumped his head when he went to bed and wet himself the morning.
Filters. Use left on the D-pad or right on the D-pad to change the active map filter. You can also turn on and off specific icons within each filter. To do so, select an icon type using up on the D-pad and down on the D-pad and press L2. Up on the D-pad, down on the D-pad, L2. When you select one of the icon types, you can toggle the map view to center on each of the discovered locations of that type. To do so, use left on the D-pad and right on the D-pad. When you select one of the icon types, you can toggle the map view to center on each of the discovered locations that type, left and right on the D-pad. The wording in here, I guess, is... I have to be very, very careful. Okay. Got you. Okay. I mean, it's a nice feature, but unless I really find a good need for it, I probably won't be in the habit of using this. So apparently L2, you can all filter. Let's say I want to remove this question mark on discover location. I take it off the map, but I don't know. I guess if you get a map with a lot of icons on it, it's a lot more manageable, I suppose. But anyways, let's proceed. think there was a notice that I did take off the notice board that I haven't read yet, or that I've yet to read. Oh well. I was trying to find it in my inventory. It's not listed under books.
Now listen, Chess. You're never to sing that rhyme
Griffin's
again.
taken his revenge since that idiot Carl put a pig out for him. A pig stuffed with hemlock and nightshade. Griffin ate it. Now he's peeved.
See what this dwarf wants, man.
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Don't call me a dimwit, man.
Easy on the insults. I could add to your misfortune. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. The humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Let's track that one. Use your Witcher senses to look behind the forge for clues about the arsonist. Twisted Firestarter, White Orchard. There were only a handful of non-humans in White Orchard. One of them was the dwarf Willis, an excellent blacksmith whose wares attracted peasants from far and wide. Sadly, his forge had burned to the ground shortly before Geralt arrived. Willis suspected the fire had been started deliberately and asked the Witcher to investigate this alleged arson. Points of interest. Once you've explored a location, its icon on the minimap will become grayed out. This little boy playing hide and seek.
Like crickets. You chew 'em or swallow 'em whole.
Witcher senses. Use your Witcher senses to look behind the forge for clues about the arsonist.
What happened to your mug?
Shavings from a tinderbox. Arsonist must have lit his torch here, tossed it on the roof, then fled through the orchard. Boot prints. A man's. Large.
Well, wow, I happened to put that skull pretty much right where these boot prints are going.
Stinks of piss. And vodka.
He was drunk, huh? So where is this going on the map now? Wow, he ran a long way. All the way down here to the boat. Guy over here fishing. What we got here?
Took off his boots and went in the water. Probably wanted to cover his trail.
No, this is the trail we already followed here. Took off his boots and went in the water.
Should we draw it or not? Gotta make soup out of
Something jumped out of the rushes. Drowners. But he managed to escape.
Sure to be poison. Sure, not so sure. Who
Lost his
knows?
boots in the rush.
Instead, not in your life.
Bleeding. But not badly. Surface wound. Tracks lead back to the village.
My gran told me about the Smith boy.
No, the Nilfgaard soldiers are here now.
Hunting nearby, started poking him, asking. Well, he started.
I don't remember them being there
So wham bam,
before.
they knocked his head off.
Aye, so it were.
Okay.
It was some drowner that had sucked on it. Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do? They could have sewed his head back on. Word is they laid his corpse to rest.
Trail ends here, but I'll recognize him by his wounds.
Look for someone with wounds dealt by drowners using your Witcher sensors. Witcher senses. Yeah. Oh, that's classy. I'm not going to risk looting this. I don't want the guards to kill me.
Drowner claw marks.
There we go.
It's gotta be him.
Nap.
Nasty wound. Run into a drowner.
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
I not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies, do anything for gold they will. They forge the blades the black ones put to our throats. Am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
My mom died a while back, and I sold her tools. I've spent some. What's left? No, I think I'm going to stand by the dwarf on this one, man.
Magpies and dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
And I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp.
You going to try a Witcher? No. All right.
Calm down. Now follow me.
Come with me, bro.
I gotta apologize. Gotta go. Apologize.
trouble? Goidemar, will you rise across with me?
It's Durban now. D-E-R-V-A-N. Not Goidemar.
What? What do you
Who
mean?
knows what the more
I know what they named you at your cutting. What kind of name is that anyway? Durban.
The Nilfgaardian. My gran was from Nazaire.
Oh, so that's how it is. Then by my leave, Master Durban, may the Gold Sun guide you far away from my land.
This guy is definitely slow. I guess a typical drunkard.
It's raining, it's pouring, Emperor Lear's snoring. He bumped his head when he went to bed and wet himself in the
May the sun
morning.
shine upon you. Would you
Looks like there's some new postings on the notice board.
Jetty.
Come on, bro.
You're never to sing that rhyme again. Never. And
This
you're
is
not
almost
play
enough to
with
discourage, like,
Jetty's
to
my
discourage you
best
from actually escorting him
Get us all killed.
if you were to go back and play this over again.
I think those plums are wreaking havoc on my gut. Viper-eyed Hellraiser.
Up and at 'em.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You? I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a copper. This is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
No! Willis, I beg you. I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
That is a harsh punishment, I have to agree.
Harsh as punishment goes.
But deserved. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price.
Okay, quest completed. Twisted Firestarter. 20 crowns as a reward.
A return customer. Welcome. What can I do for you this time?
Well, I don't think I can have anything crafted at this point. Let's see what he has for
Show me
sale.
what you got.
Dismantling items. This panel lets you dismantle unwanted items and recover some of the components they are made of. Dismantling items. Your items are shown here. On the left, under Other. Dismantling items. This shows which components will be recovered after dismantling the item. Timber and string. Dismantling items. This shows how much it will cost to dismantle this item. That's how much you will have to pay. Dismantling items. To dismantle the selected item, press X. If this item is fitted with any upgrades, they will be recovered. I think this is more or less junk. I could sell them for crowns. I could dismantle Ghoul's blood into Monster's blood, but I don't think so, because that's Ghoul's blood is used for creating the oil to help deal more damage to necrophages. Maybe some things are in need of repair. 95%, no. That's a lot of crowns. Creating items. On the left side of the screen is a list of crafting diagrams in your possession. Use L to scroll up and down and X to select a category or diagram. On the right side of the screen is a detailed description of the currently selected item. Creating items. The center of the screen shows the components needed to create this item. Creating items. Craftsmen need to eat too. To have them craft an item, you must pay them for their services. If you have enough coin, press X to craft the item. Creating items. You need to find a craftsman with the right specialty, armorer, blacksmith, etc., for the type of item you wish to craft, and with enough skill to craft an item of its quality. Dismantling items. Some items can be dismantled in order to obtain a new crafting component. To dismantle an item, go to a craftsman and use the dismantle panel. Dismantle panel. Dismantle panel. Kind of rhymes a little bit. Okay, so those are his wares on the right side. I've got some new items over here. Orans. Okay. Creating components. If a craftsman has a component you're missing, you can buy it immediately. Select the item and press triangle. Wow. Actually, 63, 16, so that's 79. I can afford that. I might as well make it. Might as well. I will definitely use it. So I just successfully created the Warrior's leather jacket. And I'll go ahead and equip that.
I'd like you to forge something for me.
Okay, it just takes me to the... I could have gotten there without going through that dialogue tree.
So long.
Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. So what did he do? He just upgraded it. But it's a pretty good upgrade. Looks like I'm going to spend a lot of time going through these tutorials here. We're going to go back to missing in action. I think as the game gets rolling, probably by the time I get to Velen, I won't be so much of this learning the game. But I do feel like this time well invested because there's a lot of intricacies in this game. I don't really want to blow through them all and miss some things. So let's look at the map.
Giddy up.
It's raining and pouring, and we're snoring. It must
Ah,
My gran told me about Swift
Very good.
and listen one day, so I broke down a witch that was hunting in the night, started poking the basket.
I'll get it.
I can go ahead and gallop now. We're in the wilderness. It's telling me to break off into the wood, but I am going to... I would normally let this stream run for 2 hours, but tonight I'm going to only do an hour and a half because I want to get a FF15 stream in. And I've also got some food in the refrigerator that's been marinating that I have to prepare. And
Move it.
I need some time to finish
Go.
cooking the it's
Come
marinated
on.
chicken is what it is.
Hey,
Okay, so this is definitely a raised village.
we'll look for Bastion later, once it's safe.
This is our guy.
Do that often? Talk to your dog?
It's my brother's, Bastion's. But guess he's mine now. See, Bastion fought the Black Ones in a battle just outside the village. Haven't had word of him since. I told him, do like I did, lose a finger or two so they won't recruit you. Too damn afeard he was. Bloody hell.
I'd walk the battlefield if I were you.
I did. Sea of corpses. And corpsers, feeding. Someone told me they were feared of fire, so I took a torch and tried to chase them off. Horse shite, I tell you. Would have ended up eaten alive if it weren't for Hussar here.
Hint that they were scared of
Listen,
fire, so Igni.
Guessing you carry those swords for more than show. Come with me. Keep the ghouls off. Help me find Bastion and I'll pay you well.
Fine, I'll help you. Just been a few days since the battle. Chances we find your brother alive are slim. Very slim.
Who would have thought? But I want to find his body at least. So Bastion don't rot there in the sun with the Black Ones. Meet me on the hill overlooking the battlefield. We'll move on together from there.
And there's actually, this is, if you're not really observant here, you would miss this added text to each quest here. So I think the last time I read it, I think it ended it. The forces of the North and the Black Ones had then clashed in a great battle near the brothers' home village, and the peasant had not heard from his sibling since. But it looks like this was added. The following: Geralt was far from the only person in White Orchard looking for a lost loved one. War had divided many families, including that of a certain villager whose brother went missing after the last big battle. Geralt was short on time, but still agreed to help. You're surprised, dear reader, but you shouldn't be. The Witcher might seem grumpy at times and downright cynical at others, but he rarely passes by another man's misfortune without seeing what he can do to help. Though pressed for time, Geralt decided to find Dune Vildenverd, and then agreed to help the man. Be not puzzled, dear reader, for though the Witcher oft appeared as surly scoffer, deep inside he was a sensitive soul, unwilling to look upon human grief and dismiss it.
Run, Roach.
So let's meet Dune near this battlefield. That's nice.
Go, go.
Wow, this is a long trip to go on foot. I'm gonna beat him there.
So many corpses, and the war's just started.
You're here, good. Bastion... his body must be here somewhere.
Among countless others. Want to examine them one by one? Could take a while.
You needn't fret. The recruits from White Orchard painted a small flower on their shields so as to be able to spot each other in battle. There was just a few of them. We look for the flowers, we'll find Bastion quick.
No offense, but many a soldier's dropped his shield. Especially if he was on the losing side.
If we find the shield alone, Hussar will catch the scent and lead us to Bastion. Come on. Sooner we get this done, the better.
Objective areas. Objectives will sometimes direct you to a general area when the exact position of your target is unknown. Go to the marked area. Oh, we have some ghouls out here. Look for highlighted objects using your Witcher senses. Hold L2 to use your Witcher senses. Look for highlighted objects. Okay.
Reckon this ain't a good time to chat. Let's do what we've come for and get out of here.
Okay, we have a shield right here.
That him?
No. Doesn't look anything like him. Come on, Hussar. Can you smell Bastion, boy? Still nothing.
That him?
No. Neighbour's son. Come on, Hussar. Can you smell Bastion, boy?
Shield right here.
That him?
No. Neighbour's son. Come on, Hussar. Can you smell Bastion, boy? Still
I think I'm going to overburden myself by doing too much looting here. I need to rein it in a little bit. Water, could always use that. Nah. I'm looking, instead of the amber aura, I'm looking for something in the environment with the, there we go, the red aura.
Skin's burned off. Might be hard to tell, I know, but could this be him?
Bastion was big, broad-shouldered. This one seems smaller, but maybe it's the fire did that. Reckon this ain't a good time to chat? Let's do what we... He found him! Hussar's caught his scent! Come on!
Oh, this is interesting. See where these tracks actually lead. From the battlefield.
But there is more. My lieutenant demanded we defecate on command. Ballista bolts landing all around, and all he could say was, "A soldier with a full stomach will not step onto the battlefield." Now shit, that is an order. Can you believe it? The cretin.
Stop! You're killing me. My ribs. It hurts to laugh.
That needs a tourniquet. But first, want to explain what's going on here?
Bastion! Is he... Has this Nilfgaardian captured you?
No. He saved my life. I got a cut to my side, and then got hit in the head. Couldn't see anything. Rosinia found me as he crawled across the battlefield. His legs twisted. And so we were. Blind man leading a cripple. Found this place.
I'm taking you home. We need to see to these wounds.
I won't leave Rosinia. Alone he'll die. And he can't go back to his own. He's deserted. They'll hang him.
And what if they find him with us? They'll hang us all, my Laisha included. No, the Blacken stays here.
Bastion only made it with the Black One's help. Maybe you ought to show him Nordlings aren't as barbarous as Nilfgaardians make us out to be.
Well, I could give him our pa's clothes, teach him to work the field. But that accent... Fine, I'll take him in. Thank you, Witcher. Your reward. And the gods protect you.
I feel like I'm being a very ethical Geralt in this playthrough. Horses summoning. To have your horse come to you, double press L3. I can't go ahead and loot this. Nobody's really looking. Sulfur. Horses summoning. To have your horse come to you, double press L3. I'm not even sure I read the closing paragraph on this. As it turned out, all that happened at Kaer Morhen was but a dream, the kind that wakes even witchers, screaming a cold sweat on their brow. Geralt crouched by the fire and surveyed the land, a land ravaged by war, signs of battle stretching to the horizon. Beat had not chosen his campsite for his view. Yennefer's trail had brought him here. Missing in action. Though pressed for time, Geralt decided to find Dune Vildenvert and then agreed to help the man. Be not puzzled, dear reader, for though the Witcher oft appeared, read that. But however, this follow-up paragraph is new. Geralt and Dune began their search where the missing man had last been seen, the battlefield. Yet while the Witcher started the investigation, a mutt named Hussar, who finished it for him. When the dog caught its owner's scent, it raced off, following the trail while barking its brains out and not caring one whit if Dune or Geralt were following it after. It turned out the missing brother had been heavily wounded, but had survived the battle nonetheless, saved by a Nilfgaardian deserter. Geralt brought the arsonist to Willis. The dwarf immediately summoned Nilfgaardian soldiers, with whom it turned out he was on quite good terms. The Imperials quickly declared the man guilty, handed down a sentence, and carried it on the spot. Harsh justice, or maybe just harsh. So I've got the contract by the well. Should I go ahead and take that?
That's... Fast, Roach. Go, go.
Okay, so the nearest fast travel point is behind me. Ah, crap. Fast travel destinations. Use L to select a destination marked with a signpost on the map, then press X to travel there. We're traveling back to the Wosong Bridge. Where's my horse? Guess it doesn't really matter. I can call him anywhere, from anywhere. Let's take a look at these new notices. Imperial Edict number 18/45. Let it hereby be known that by the order of His Imperial Majesty's High Command, all able-bodied men of the White Orchard must present themselves at the village inn, equipped with a shovel, hoe, or pickaxe of their own provision. The fields near the village are littered with corpses, and given the warm spring we are currently experiencing, the High Command fears the rotting bodies might bring contagion to the village. Let this stand as proof to the residents of White Orchard that their new rulers care for their safety and shall defend them not only from bandits, but also from disease by introducing measures which have long been standard in the civilized world. Any man refusing to comply with this order will be flogged and put in the stocks. Signed, Captain Peter Sar Gwynlev. Wanted deserter. Last night a soldier fled from the army camp under cover of darkness. The wanted man, a recruit who recently volunteered to join His Imperial Majesty's service, goes by the name of Odrin. He claimed to be a Cadwini by birth, but said King Henselt's misrule had convinced him to join the Imperial Army. He was part of said institution for a mere 2 days, but managed to eat and drink enough in that time for an entire regiment of dragoons. Anyone with information about this deserter's present location is to report to the garrison at once. Description: modest stature, wiry with thinning hair. He fled in his undergarments by squeezing out through the latrine's drainage system, and probably thus reeks like an old boar. Characteristic marks can be easily recognized by his voice, which has the telltale rasp of a hardened alcoholic. Anyone found providing shelter or sustenance to this deserter will be subjected to a summary court-martial. Volunteers wanted. By order of Captain Peter Sar Gwynlev, let it hereby be known that enlistment in the Imperial Army is now open. Recruits will be provided with room, board, and regular pay. Yet the greatest payment of all is the honor of serving Emir var Emirates, Deathwind Adan in Karn Ape Morvud. I believe that's how you pronounce all that. Once enlisted, recruits will be trained under the tutelage of the Empire's greatest strategists. Recruits' families will be assured sufficient sustenance for the entire time of their service. In the case of their death on the field of glory, they will receive a lifelong pension. Nilfgaardian lessons. Hail Kerzer. Ir iglor. Ard fien esnar. Don't understand what you just read? No wonder. It's in Nilfgaardian, and soon half the world will be speaking this mysterious tongue. So you'd best start learning it now, and yours truly can help you with that for a very modest fee. Ernest Avicovaro. So I take it most of that was just for backstory and flavor. Hey, here it is, the grindstone. I was looking for it. Enhancing weapons. Use special grindstones to temporarily enhance your weapons. Doing so grants a bonus to the damage dealt by your weapons. Definitely. There we go. We're going to take this Witcher contract here. How far is this guy? Let's see. No, he's just right over here.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye. 'Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
'Cause earlier on... But... so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Fell dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights.
Hovel.
It's abandoned now. No one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off. Please.
Alright, where's the exit? Where's the door that I came in? There we are. Let's see. I think we got a bestiary update for that one. New? Maybe not. Let's do this, Roach.
Hey there.
Oh, crap.
Hey ya. Come on. The infamous well. Strange. No sign of a ghost. Maybe it only shows at a certain time of day.
No, we're not going to meditate. Find the spirit that haunts the well.
Grass around the well scorched. Grass around the well scorched. Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. All signs point to a noon wraith.
Devil by the Well. Vulnerable against a moondust bomb, specter oil, and Yrden. The residents of White Orchard had suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies had trampled their spring planting. A griffin had begun abducting their livestock, and the rotten icing on this painful cake, a noon wraith haunted a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound. Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and that in order to send her off into the ethereal realms, he would first need to learn her secret. Once that was done, he would have to prepare for battle. And a Noon Wraith is a demanding opponent. She can disorient her victim by blinding him and creating mirror images of herself. These copies slowly suck their victim's life energy while their mistress remains untouchable. In order to defeat her, the Witcher could not rely on the silver sword alone. The Yrden sign would also be needed to trap her and force her to take on material form. Noon Wraiths. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt their labors at midday to get out of the sun. They do so to avoid noon rays. Vlad Raymond, peasants and their customs. On particularly searing summer days, when the sun reaches its zenith, race will at times appear, resembling sun-scorched women dressed in long white robes. These are noon rays, the spirits of young women and girls who died violent deaths right before their weddings. Driven mad with pain or anger, they wander the field searching for their unfaithful lovers or backstabbing rivals. Though they will kill anyone who does not get out of their way in time, they are often held in this world by some object of intense emotional significance. That is why, if one ever finds a wedding ring or torn veil in the middle of a field, one should not pick it up, but instead back away as quickly as possible. Malicious beings usually haunt the ruins of castles, fortresses, or, as a last resort, towers. The Wraith of White Orchard, however, chose a much more quotidian site for its haunting. That's a word I've never seen or used before. A well. A White Orchard peasant by the name of Odilon wanted someone to chase off the Phantom, and Geralt accepted the job.
Something's tied the Noon Wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world.
Find the spirit that haunts the well. So where's... Yeah, we'll take the platter. I guess we'll just loot everything. Doll? Smoking pipe. There's nothing else in here? Guess not. I know I'm gonna need these alchemist ingredients here in the future. a yellow diary.
Journal might be useful.
Yellow diary, 27/3/1250. It's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima. Listed all the harm he's done to us. How he killed Johann for not taking off his cap quick enough. How he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought of repayment. How he barged in during Peter's wedding and demanded his right of the first night. Now we finally got what we begged Melitiel for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last, we can live as free men. 12/4/1250. The first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Volker fumed our home with hazel, wood smoke to drive out evil, buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves cross our threshold, and then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't plows nor hoes, and that we ought return it to the merchant. Over my dead body, I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volker, of how happy we were that day. (23/4/1250). They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calmed since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, I've no intention to move 1 inch from here.
That bracelet might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place. A man, stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More blood stains over there. But it's not his blood. Bloodstains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive. Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades. Another print by the well. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Bloodstains, almost faded, but the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs. Wide pelvis, small... Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find... Was she wearing the bracelet from... Gotta jump down there.
Hold square to dive or circle to swim toward the surface. Keep an eye on how much breath you have remaining. Run and you'll drown. Run out and you'll drown. Excuse me. Dive. Showing that there's something here. There it is. There we go.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well. Lovely craftsmanship, but I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noon Wraith for good. Better do it near the well.
Yeah, the controls for swimming in this game are very strange. Take a little time to get used to.
Need to prepare for this fight. Brew some wraith oil. Drink some potions.
Now where am I? The riverbank?
And the bracelet. Igni.
Is this going to summon the Wraith? I guess it will. I was thinking they'd only come out at noon.
Hey, I think it worked.
Crap.
She's gone. For good.
Take a trophy from the Noon Wraith. Sweet. This trophy, I'm pretty sure you can put on your horse. Oh, it's already on the horse. Bonus experience from humans and non-humans. Okay. Where is Odon? Let's see where he is. Back in town. Yeah. We'll go ahead and fast travel back, hand this quest in. And we're past the 1 hour and 30 mark. We're actually at the 1 hour and 35 mark. And that's where I'm gonna, as soon as I turn this quest, I'm gonna end the stream. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Jeez. It's kind of interesting to see at night the Nilfgaardian guards have actually taken up post out there at the bridge. Whereas during the day, I think they're just kind of walking around patrolling. Here we go. Do it to it.
Job done. The well was haunted by the ghost of a woman who was killed there. I drove it away.
I just hope every unburied wretch don't start haunting us. Well, that battlefield's gonna cause us a heap of trouble.
If they do, you know who to contact. Meanwhile, Claire, Volker, names ring a bell?
I don't know him. Though I did hear our herbalist Tamira mention a Claire once. Same one, maybe? Your reward, Master Witcher. The gold I'd hid away for Mandy's dowry. Without you, she'd never have lived to wed. Now, let's hope for it, at least.
How about that? Never expected to get a dowry.
Nor did I suppose I'd ever give one to a Witcher. Strange times these, wouldn't you say? Strange and sad.
Okay. It's a good place to stop right here, so let me, Alright, we're going to end the stream here, hour 37 in, so we wrapped up, the secondary quest and the contract that you basically get when you first come to, White Orchard. However, I think we were given a lead to go talk to the herbalist, Tomira? Yeah, that was her name, Tomira. And the conclusion of that quest, yeah, that's what I'm checking for right now, is these concluding paragraphs. It turned out the devil haunting the well was a Noonwraith, the ghost of a young woman who had died a sudden and cruel death. The Witcher found her body hanging from the well's bucket rope, and nearby a bracelet that must have belonged to her while she lived. Destroying this object broke the tie binding the poor woman's ghost to this world, and allowed Geralt to chase it off once and for all. Okay, so we're gonna pick up the game, and we're going to go talk to Tomira, the herbalist, on the next playthrough. You guys have a good night.